Today I'm going to be performing or showing what D1 flexion for the lower extremity would look like if we were doing the PNF pattern for rhythmic initiation. So the purpose of rhythmic initiation is essentially to teach the patient a new motion or to kind of improve coordination between the muscles when they're doing this motion. So what I'm going to ask my patient first is to lift up her leg here. The first part of rhythmic initiation, what I'm going to do is do passive range of motion. So with D1 flexion, what we're going to do is we're going to see flexion, adduction, and an external rotation of the hip, as well as flexion of the knee and dorsiflexion, inversion of the ankle. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show her that motion. So I'm going to go ahead and bring her up and then also kind of bring her into this inversion dorsiflexion. And the purpose of doing this passive range of motion is to make her comfortable with that movement and kind of show her what it's supposed to feel like. How is that feeling? It feels okay. Feels okay? Okay, good. So once I'm comfortable with her and I'm confident that she understands that movement, what I'm going to do is the second part of rhythmic initiation is active or assistive active range of motion. So I'm going to basically cue my patient now to kind of start helping me get her through this motion. So if you can, patient, I'd like you to try to help yourself with this. I'm still going to aid you a little bit and guide you. I am not providing any resistance with my hands. It's just here to help her through that motion. Okay. How's that feel?
Feels okay.
Okay. No pain?
Nope.
Okay. Good. So now, the third step of this motion, so I'm actually going to have you take a moment, is going to be an active range of motion. Not resisted, but what I am going to do is I'm going to change my contact to the medial dorsum of her foot as well as the medial anterior aspect of her thigh. I'm not going to provide resistance still. The active range of motion, my hands are going to basically provide a tactile cue to kind of just help her go through that motion. So whenever you're ready, I do want you to go up and out. Okay, good. And she's doing this by herself, or should be doing this by herself. And I am just, as I'm providing that tactile cue, I'm looking for any compensations. I'm making sure that she's still doing all the motions necessary for this D1 flexion. And then finally, the last part of rhythmic initiation is going to be resistance. So now go ahead and take a moment. I'm just going to explain it to you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have you start in this position and my hands are still going to be in the same place. I'm going to start off by doing an elongation or a quick stretch of your muscles in the opposite direction. And then once I'm done with that, I want you to go up and out and try to beat my resistance, okay? Ready and, okay, up and out. Go ahead, go. Good, and then quick stretch. Perfect. How's that feeling?
Feels good.
Okay. And just remembering with this resistance, you do want to do that quick stretch every time to give them that good cueing and tactile response. All right. Okay, good. Once the patient learns the motion really well, you can go ahead and add some reps to that last resisted part. For strengthening, you could do 3 sets of 10. And of course, you want to make sure that you are challenging your patient thoroughly, so making sure if your patient finds this to be easy, progress them accordingly. An example of a progression could be combinations of isotonics for either neuromuscular reeducation or strengthening.